Hey everybody, welcome to Divine Conversations. Thank you so much for joining me. I wanted to do a reading, I felt inspired to do a reading, just checking in with the Divine Masculine and the Divine Feminine, with moving through this new moon in Capricorn energy. So that happened, the new moon in Capricorn happened over the 16th and 17th of January. And I know for a fact that I really experienced some major energies moving through it. But from my experience, it was mostly on my twin side. I was feeling a lot of anxiety, a lot of clearing in the heart space. And so I just wanted to check in. And I wanted to get some perspective from the Divine Masculine and then from the Divine Feminine. So we're starting with the Divine Masculine right now. This is going to be a freestyle reading. I'm just going to pull it, as I feel, as I see it. And yeah, we're just going to go through it. And I'm going to start with the traditional tarot deck. And then I'll be moving to various other decks as I'm guided. Okay, so we're starting with the Divine Masculine here in this video. So, Spirit, what can you tell us about, for the Divine Masculine, what can you tell us about this move and this energy of the new moon in Capricorn and moving through it? For the Divine Masculine, what can you tell us moving through this energy of the new moon in Capricorn for the Divine Masculine? What can you tell us, Spirit? For the Divine Masculine, moving through this energy of the new moon in Capricorn, Spirit, please make me a clear channel for the best possible messages for the Divine Masculine, moving through new moon energy in Capricorn, January 16th, 17th, 2019. Go. Overall energy is Temperance. That makes perfect sense. From what I've been experiencing, there's been a big balance going on, and a lot of the anxiety and fear energy I was feeling in the releasing in the heart chakra and the healing in the heart chakra was balancing out between what is real and what is fake, what is true to the Divine Masculine and what is false, which is what is imprints that have been put on him by the outside world. And please understand, when I say him, or when I'm just speaking about the Divine Feminine, when I say her, I'm just speaking of the energies, not of the physical gender representation of the individual in question. But for the Divine Masculine, this Temperance card is talking about removing the illusions that society has placed on him and balancing out what is real about him, and coming to terms with his feminine energy and balancing that as well. Because I know in my struggle with gender roles and gender norms and what is expected of the genders from societal eyes, I did not match up with that. And it was really difficult for me to balance my masculine energy within me, because I knew, yes, I am masculine in physical representation, but I'm way more feminine in energetic representation. And I always identified and always valued that more over the masculine, because when it came to masculine energies, I was always rejected and beat down in a sense, or people like me were actually physically beat down, even killed for their feminine nature. So, in this Temperance card, the overall energy for moving through this new moon in Capricorn is about seeing through the illusion of what the masculine energy was supposed to be, or supposed to look like, or is supposed to act or be in outward representation. So, in doing so, the divine masculine needs to accept his divine feminine nature as well. So that's really where the Temperance card comes in, because as you can see in this depiction, this angel is balancing fire and water, which are two opposing energies. And when it comes to divine masculine, divine feminine, they are two opposing energies. They are opposites. So we're balancing that here. Definitely. Okay. There's some more messages coming through here. So I'm just gonna pull these and read them as they are. Yeah. And even this one. Okay. I feel all right. I feel like because the message could go on from the bottom of the deck, and the cards are telling me, you know, the message is from the bottom of the deck. So this is what I want to talk about right now. Here, what Temperance and the Five of Wands, we've got Temperance and the Five of Wands. The Five of Wands was right under Temperance. And what this is saying is, you know, with this balancing act that's going on a spiritual end, there are going to be a lot of opposing opinions. Not just within yourself, Divine Masculine, but with outside forces, with the people around you. And that's really where, please excuse me. Please excuse me. I am having a glass of wine while I do this. Yes. Anyone who would like to have a glass of wine with me, please, cheers. Yes? Let's have a conversation. But what this is saying to me right now is this is where a lot of the fear and anxiety energy is stemming from. It's these opposing forces. It's these opposing opinions. Especially, I just heard especially within yourself. But yes, absolutely, especially within yourself, but also within the people around you. But I guess the ones that are within yourself are the most difficult to handle, right? Because those are the ones that you can't really escape from. Like, you can't walk away from yourself. You can't walk away from your own internal battle. You have to handle it, or it just keeps fighting and things just get worse, right? So this is definitely saying, especially within yourself, but also the universe is saying to you, just instead of fighting yourself, hear yourself out. Listen to yourself from all opposing opinions and really decipher which ones are best for the absolute balance and harmony. Harmony is another thing that's coming out in this Temperance card. Pinpoint which ideas and which opinions and which belief systems are the best to facilitate greatest harmony within yourself, within your opposing energies, yes? Don't focus on the differences. Try to find the similarities, is what the Five of Wands is really saying to you. Because in finding the similarities, you are finding what you are all commonly passionate about, which is also what the Wands suit represents. And all of that, finding all of those common ground, all that common ground and all that common passionate experience will fertilize, is what I just heard, but also will also, oh goodness, that's the word I'm looking for. Will lead to the balance and the temperance and the harmonizing between your masculine and feminine energies, Divine Masculine. Yes? Next, what I want to talk about here and what the cards are saying is you've got the Three of Coins coupled with the Ace of Cups. So what I'm seeing is a new emotional start that was facilitated by this temperance, this harmonizing, which was facilitated by the new moon in Capricorn. We have now a new phase of building, right? A new phase of collaboration also. The Three of Coins can speak to collaborative efforts. But in this deck, which is the Legacy of the Divine Tarot by Ciro Marchetti, but in this deck I see something that's very similar to the Eight of Coins. In the Three of Coins, we see this man intently working on that coin, but he's like focused on the minute details. He's focused on the real minor details. And when I look at this card, I think of someone that's really focused on the minor details so that they can then master those details. And then when they reach the Eight of Pentacles, they zoom out to the larger picture. and begin to see things from a macro point of view instead of a micro point of view. But they're still studious and they're still working hard. They're still learning new things. And especially once you've made that transition from the micro to the macro, you are absolutely learning new things. You're learning new ways of handling your situation, new ways of managing your situation. But here we're in the 3 of coins. And with the Ace of Cups, this is telling me that this brand new emotional start for you, Divine Masculine, is inspiring you to dive back down and reformulate, recalculate your foundation, articulate your foundation, go through all the minute details and find where the discrepancies are and fixing them, right? Because it's within those minute details that you really can build the strongest foundation that you know you want. So in essence, this Temperance is influencing this Ace of Cups, which is influencing this diving deeper into your foundation and finding the minute discrepancies, which is also represented by the 5 of Wands, because in the 5 of Wands we see all these differing opposing opinions, and you cannot have a stable foundation if everyone isn't on at least a similar, if not the same page. You know, 11-11. You know what I mean? Like maybe you don't have to be on exactly the same page, but you at least need to be have an understanding of where you're all trying to go. And it's through the expression of these differing possibilities, these differing opinions, that you all come up with your unique ideas that get you ultimately where you want to go. That was a long-winded explanation. I hope that landed for you. Thank God this is a recorded video. So because then you can just like go back and look at it again if you didn't catch it the first time. Okay, moving on with the message. We've got the Ace of Swords and the 9 of Coins. Now, Divine Masculine, this is telling me that you have a new sense of information, a new sense of righteousness. You are on a brand new page. You have new information that it has just been made aware to you, that you've learned, that you've discovered about yourself, about your surroundings, and it is causing you to strike out on your own, which is what is depicted by the 9 of coins here for me. The 9 of coins typically speaks of someone who is single and abundantly single and doesn't necessarily have someone to share that with, and could potentially be looking for someone to share that with. It could also symbolize someone who is now striking out on their own and is focusing on their own individual stability and abundance. What I see here in this combination is this new information that you have come about is leading you to strike out on your own and focus on your independence and your own personal abundance, and then ultimately focus on bringing that towards your twin or your divine feminine. Yes. Yeah. Excellent. So this new moon in Capricorn, Divine Masculine, has really brought you some new insight, has really brought you some brand new focal points, things to focus on, things to appreciate, things to stand in righteousness about. It has really helped you look and see yourself for who you truly are, And in the past, you have been able to become abundant, or you have found a new sense of abundance in this newfound information about yourself. And I believe that to be quite beautiful. I'm gonna do this. Yeah. Okay. This is the end of the message from the bottom of the deck, and then I'm gonna pull from the top of the deck for the next row of 4 sets of 2 cards. Yes. Okay, now the last message we have from the bottom of the deck is the 7 of Cups and the Moon. And this is more of a caution. This is more of a warning. And when I say warning, I don't want to worry anybody. It's not an extreme warning. It's not like impending danger. It's not like you're about to make some bad decision or something. That's not what we're talking about here. This is just more of a reminder. Thank you. They just said more of a reminder than a warning. That as you move through this energy of the new moon in Capricorn, and as you are inspired emotionally, there are going to be quite a few things, quite a few illusions that are going to pop up out of nowhere and try and tempt you. They may tempt you towards going back to where you came from. They may tempt you in different directions that would that you're not necessarily aware of because you're new to this headspace or this emotional space. The things that could lead you off of the path that you're on. And again, and my spiritual team is stressing that I say this. In no way are we trying to scare you. Are we trying to worry you? We're trying to say that you must stay connected to this newfound intuition that you have connected to, divine masculine. You need to understand that there will always be illusionary elements to what you experience, because there will always be opposing energies as long as we are in this space. Does that make sense? We are in a space of duality. And yes, we're ascending, we're moving up to, we're in the 5th dimension right now, but we're ultimately traveling to the 7th dimension. That's what the real destination is. And for right now, as we're moving through this space and as we're integrating into this 5th dimensional grid, we are still dealing with opposing forces. We are still dealing with duality, right? Because we're still working our way out of that mindset. So understand that these opposing, differing opinions, feelings even within yourself, all of that stuff is still going to pop up. So that is even more of a reason why you have to really be focused on keeping your connection with your divine feminine energy and your intuition. Yes, you have a newfound understanding of it. And here, the universe is asking you to stay focused on where you know you want to go, and not to allow yourself to get distracted by frivolous extra. Yes, it's no longer time for that. We're really seriously moving into a brand new phase, humanity is. So it's time for us to really learn to stay focused on our ultimate goals and stop being distracted by other things or other goals, pursuits, I should say, that distract us from what we know we're here to achieve. And I know that can come across as a little bit of tough love, but my team is saying we're meaning for it to be that way, because this is really important. We all have a mission here, and yes, we don't want it to get too heavy and say no, there is no room for play. There is absolutely room for play. What there isn't room for is distraction. And distraction being slipping back into old habits, slipping away into things that carry us away, and before we know it, we're way further than we even imagined we wanted to be from where we knew we were trying to get to. You know what I mean? Like, the universe is really emphasizing this this encouragement to really stay focused on what we know we want and cut all the frivolousness out. Okay, I'm going to move on from there because I don't want things to get too heavy. But we're going to move on to the second row. And from what I can, I'm just going to pull the cards first. Let the cards speak, and then I'll describe the situation to you. Whoop. Okay. Wow, this is pretty beautiful. So, moving forward with the message from the universe for you, divine masculine, as you're moving through this new moon in Capricorn energy, we have the Two of Swords with the Two of Coins, and that is pretty interesting. So, in the Two of Coins, you're already, we're seeing you balancing out. Trying to find balance. A lot of you feel like you're blinded. Like you have no idea what you're supposed to do next. How the hell are you supposed to handle or manage all of this newfound information? Like some of you are really getting, I feel your heart's getting locking up with anxiety. Like, I don't know where to go next. And that is really where you've got to be connected with your intuition. Okay, don't rush yourself either. The moon is also asking you to have patience, because patience is very much a feminine attribute, right? So as you're integrating with your divine feminine energy, one of these lessons you're going to have to learn is the lesson of patience. And so that's also what's being said here. You're being asked by the universe. I thought I turned that off. I'm so sorry. But my screen just went dark. I thought I turned the energy saver off. Apparently I didn't. Moving on. The Two of Swords is speaking to the fact that a lot of you divine masculines are starting to get locked up with anxiety because you feel like you're blinded. But the Two of Swords, between the Two of Swords and the moon, the universe is asking you to really be patient and allow yourself the time and the energy to really balance this stuff out. You don't have to just rush forward. I know a lot of you feel this this energy of you've got to just get going now. Like, you can't keep your divine feminine waiting any longer, because if you keep her waiting any longer, she's not going to be there when you get there. Please understand, that is not even close to true. Okay? Even from my own perspective, as a divine feminine, I have been dealing with a lot of fear energy, but in no way do I want to walk away from this situation. And that feeling is so strongly in me, and I feel the divine feminine energy just rushing through me saying, yes, this is true for most, if not all, of the collective. Like, we want this to happen, divine masculine. We want this to happen. And we know things are changing. We can feel it, especially moving through this new moon in Capricorn. So many more of us have been really made aware of how much you are struggling with, divine masculine, how much you're doing the work, how much you're really trying to balance out. And so please understand that you don't have to rush. All right? Give yourself the time to acclimate to these new energies. Give yourself the time to understand where you are enough, just barely enough even, for you to now take one more step. Okay? Don't rush. Moving on with the message, there's a celebration for you, divine masculine. You are feeling celebratory. You are wanting to get out and socialize in many cases. You are starting to feel like you've finally reached this King of Pentacles space. Many of you are starting to feel like you're actually, if you're not there right now, you're getting there, and you know you're getting there, and you can see it. You can see it well enough where you're ready to kind of celebrate about it, and that's an excellent, excellent thing. The celebration is coming from the Three of Cups here. What's also calling to me for the Three of Cups is emotional cooperation between you and your twin. The 3 is for me, is a twin flame number. For me, it symbolizes the two twins, both masculine and feminine, and then source coming together as a trinity. In many cases, a lot of people describe it as a trinity of the mind, body, and the spirit. And in that case, this new moon in Capricorn is really bringing you some serious harmony within your mind, your body, and your soul sections, we'll call it. And that is helping you feel more stable and grounded and ready to go. Yeah? That's beautiful. This new moon in Capricorn seems to really have been really, really great for you, divine masculine. And it's funny because I've been feeling all these crazy, anxious, and fearful energies, but the whole while I've known that this has been a really, really good situation. Even though there's a lot of things that are coming up that are being healed and felt, it's still an excellent situation. So, yeah. I'm really happy for you, divine masculine. Okay, so next in the message we have the 6 of Coins with the 9 of Wands. And to me, this is asking you, divine masculine, this is asking you to be generous and caring to yourself. You are really reaching the very end of this struggle, this battle, this fight. And here with this couple, and so that's represented by the 9 of Wands here. But the 6 of Coins is saying to you, Be good to yourself. Be generous with yourself. Be giving with yourself. Balance out your give and take. Use this period right now of this newfound information, this newfound reality for yourself. Use this period to understand a true balance between give and take between yourself and your outside world. Yes? Yeah. Because you're almost there. And if you just nurture yourself. The 6 is a nurturance number. The 6 depicts a balance and harmony within the home and family life. And even when I think of family life, I think of the self, right? Because you can't really be an effective family member, a loving and caring and compassionate and nurturing family member truly, if you don't exhibit all of those things towards yourself, if you don't give yourself those things. So in the 6 of coins and the 9 of wands, I'm really feeling a call from the universe, from spirit, for you, divine masculine, to really be as nurturing to yourself as you possibly can. Because this has been a really hard battle for you. And you have been struggling with this for quite some time. Quite some time. Some of you don't even realize how long you've been going through this. Like, yes, at some point you became consciously aware of it, and to the point where you can now recall and be like, oh yeah, this is what's happening. That's right. But for many of you, divine masculine, this has been going on, like brewing underneath the surface, and you had no idea. But it was causing you stress. So if there is a moment that you can pick out before the moment that you even became consciously aware of the journey and the path that you're on now, if there was a moment where you can pick out from the past where you noticed things just started getting extra stressful and you couldn't tell why, then you can point out how long you've really been on this situation. So just that alone, the 6 of coins and the universe and spirit are guiding you and asking you to please be as generous and loving and caring and nurturing towards yourself as you possibly can. And it is also a reminder to the divine feminine to continue doing her work in being that support system, because you have, divine feminine, you have been being that support system for the divine masculine recently, and that's really been helping him. And I'm allowing this now to lead me into the last message from the tarot deck. Your help, divine feminine, has been really letting the divine masculine move towards this King of Cups reality. This is the ultimate destination for the divine masculine, the ultimate goal in moving through these new moon in Capricorn. The new moon in Capricorn energies have really kick-started the movement towards the divine masculine reaching this King of Cups energy, this emotionally stable and mature and oh my God, mature energy. And literally, the last daily message I did for the divine masculine was about building emotional maturity. And this new moon in Capricorn is helping you get there, divine masculine, along with the assistance of your divine feminine. And the reason why I say this is what's happening, this is what's going on, this is what's being manifested, because we also have that coupled with the 10 of Cups. Like, come on. That is so amazingly beautiful. I don't even know. I mean, come on. That can't be any better of a result ever. So what this is saying is this new moon in Capricorn energy, divine masculine, is leading you towards achieving this King of Cups state, which will bring you the ultimate emotional fulfillment, happy life, union, family, divine feminine. Bringing all of these things into your life. I mean, I couldn't be any more happy. Like, that's so incredibly beautiful. Oh gosh, I don't know where to go from there. I do know I want to pull from the Earth Magic Oracle deck. And in pulling from this deck for the divine masculine, moving through these new moon in Capricorn energies, I want to get some grounding guidance. Yeah? some grounding guidance. Some guidance that's going to help the Divine Masculine with battling these opposing beliefs and thoughts and really balancing his Divine Feminine and Divine Masculine energies. And not just balancing them, but grounding them into the 3D space so that they can flourish and then continue continue up into the 5th and 7th dimensions, respectively, of which we are ultimately working towards. I'm going to do one more shuffle, and then I'm going to ask Spirit for the best messages for the Divine Masculine, the best grounding advice for the Divine Masculine in moving through... Oh, there's one. I feel like I want more. I'm going to pull... Just one more. I'm going to ask for one more card. Ooh, there. Okay, well, we got 2. We got 2 more cards from the Earth Magic Oracle deck for the Divine Masculine and grounding these energies. We've got Waterfall. Effort. Oh my god. Whoa. Okay, we got a lot of messages. Wow. Okay. Whew. All right, give me a second. Let me just go through these. Oh, shoot. Well, the first thing I want to point out is we got the New Moon card and Promise. So automatically, right off the bat, this card is telling you that the new moon, this new moon energy is bringing so much promise to you, Divine Masculine. And obviously, that promise is emotional maturity and emotional fulfillment. What I'm being called to say, what I am being called to say is this really applies to those of you of the Divine Masculine that have really been doing your work. And for those of you that have been really doing your work, I applaud you. I applaud you. Because that work, I know that work was not hard, was not easy. Was not easy at all. And for those of you that have been struggling with doing your work, those of you who have been resisting doing the work, I get it. I get it. I went through my own period. I know what the dark night of the soul situation is. And sidebar, as I've been going through this moment with my twin, I've been just constantly being told that he's going through a dark night of the soul period. So I know that is a lot of what's happening with this new moon. And trust me, that energy is not easy. So I totally get it. I understand why you're resisting. I understand why you're procrastinating in some cases. I get it. I totally get it. But what's really being called for here is a release. Autumn equinox release. This card is really asking you to allow the seasons to change. I know, I live in the Northeast. I live in New York. And upstate New York during the fall is absolutely beautiful. Looks just like this in most cases. But I know that autumn is a bittersweet period. I love the fall. I absolutely love the fall. The weather is fantastic. We've got all kinds of good stuff. It's the beginning of the holiday season in most cases, in my opinion. We've got the changing of the seasons. I mean, and especially in the Northeast, it's such a beautiful transition. But also, it kind of is, it's bittersweet because it's like, what's after fall? Winter. And I can't stand winter. I can't stand it. I hate being cold. I'm sorry for using that word hate, but I really dislike being cold. So what's really being called for here is some release, is some, yes, I'm also being drawn to the next card, which is Waterfall, which is effortless, which is just let things flow. Let things fall away. Allow yourself to move into this winter. Like a lot of you, Divine Masculine, you're cutting out a lot of things that no longer served you, and that's going to leave you feeling empty and alone and like feeling cold in many cases because you have to rebuild in those situations, and it's okay. It's okay because you have the strength. You have the strength to surmount this obstacle. You have the strength to get through this. You are a mighty mountain that can withstand any trial. But you just have to just let things fall away. You're going through the dark night of the soul, you're going through a death period. You're going through a period where old foliage is losing its life force because it's no longer serving you. So in order for the new foliage that will serve you to grow, you must let the old die away. Yeah? Now, there's a final advice card from the Earth Oracle deck, and that is Cave. And this came up for you in the past, Divine Masculine, when we were talking about moving through the devil energy. This is very similar. This new moon and this promise that the new moon brings is very similar to moving through the devil energy. It's like your final tryst with moving through the devil energy and the tower energy to begin with, if you understand, because the tower energy started this transition, really. That spark of inspiration from the divine and that spark of illumination started this movement through the devil energy, which is now being culminated in the new moon energy. But this card, Cave or Sanctuary, shows an Aboriginal in his cave, safe in his cave as the sun is setting, out of danger, doing artwork on the cave walls. So this card is advising you, Divine Masculine, as you move through this new moon energy, as you move through this autumn equinox and this renewal, as you effortlessly allow the waterfall to carry away that which no longer serves you, it is imperative that you shield yourself, that you take some time away to remain within your sanctuary and to care for yourself, to nurture yourself. Oh my God, where is it? To nurture yourself through this last leg of the battle. Yes? Allow yourself creative and beneficial ways to deal with the emotions that come up with this release. Find a beneficial, and that was the message in the moving through the devil video. Find creative and beneficial and healthy ways to move through this energy for yourself, Divine Masculine. Yes. That message came to an abrupt end because that was it. All right. So next, I'm going to go with the Unicorn Oracle deck. I really believe... All right. We're going to do the Unicorn Oracle, and then we're going to finish with some Fairy Forest Oracle messages. Because there are a lot of topics within the Fairy Forest Oracle that I think will really help the Divine Masculine in integrating and adjusting and balancing his with his feminine energy. But before we get there, I want to go to the Unicorn Oracle deck. It is my firm belief that unicorns are a prime example of the balance between masculine and feminine energies. And in moving through this period that we're in right now in human history, in re-identifying gender roles and what the masculine is really supposed to look like and what the feminine is really supposed to look like, I feel like the unicorns are absolutely advocating for the Divine Masculine. Are absolutely advocating for the Divine Masculine right now because they are calling out, they're saying, we can really help you in balancing these energies and becoming comfortable with the balance of these. Because it's not just about accepting a balance, it's about being comfortable in your own skin and in your own being. And I think that's why unicorns are such a huge image within the LGBTQ community, because unicorns really talk about being comfortable in your own skin as you are a divine being yourself, just like everyone else around you is. No one has the right to tell you who to be and who not to be. That is your choice. And really what ultimately matters is the fact that you are comfortable within that choice, not whether others around you are comfortable, right? Okay. So, because of that, I definitely want to pull some messages from the unicorns for the divine masculine in moving through this new moon energy in Capricorn. And I also want to point out the position that, okay, the position that these Earth Oracle Earth Oracle cards are in. Crowning you, divine masculine, is the new moon. So obviously this new moon energy is really a major factor in your manifestation, in the manifestation of the life you are looking to live. Yes? In the manifestation of the balance that is happening here in the temperance. Here in the middle are your main advice cards. This is what you really need to know right now. So we've got waterfall, autumn equinox, and mountain. Understand that you really do have the strength to really push forward. And in your grounding energy, in your root energy, in what you really need to embody right now, or what you really need to focus on as to really benefit you in moving through these energies, is cave or sanctuary. So finding that space where you can really express your feelings and your emotions in a creative and beneficial way. Cave is also actually asking me to remind you, divine masculine, that you can channel all of your emotions, all of your energies into the best possible outcome for yourself. And that is what this cave or sanctuary will help you to achieve. Yes, so really make sure you have a really good, safe space. Create the best, the best thing you can do for yourself, the absolute best thing that you can do for yourself is ideal at this moment. All right? Whatever that may be for you. Okay, so let's get some messages from the unicorns for the divine masculine in moving through this new moon in Capricorn energy. Woo! Okay, I'm going to just going to see what else will come out here. I'm being guided to pull some more. So best messages for the divine masculine in moving through this. Yes! And one card from the bottom of the deck. Okay. This is a good message too. And so is this. All right. So, turns out we've got 5. Okay, so the first card that came out is Beloved. Wow. I really love this card. This card talks about impending, sidebar. I did a reading for myself and my twin last night, just a regular reading, just to get an idea of what was going on between us, what was going on with the energies. And this card came out, and I thought it was so amazing. But this talks about an impending union with your beloved. It says, prepare for your life partner. Romance is returning to relationship. Believe you are lovable. So this is really saying, this new moon in Capricorn is really helping you rekindle a lot of the romance within your relationship, divine masculine, with your divine feminine. But this card is also asking you to love yourself the way you would want to be loved, and the way that you would love your divine feminine. I mean, I know in thinking about my divine masculine and thinking about my counterpart, I mean, I have so much love and compassion for him. And it's funny, when this card came up, I started to realize how difficult it was for me to show my own self that same amount of compassion and understanding and forgiveness. Like, it's way easier for me to forgive my twin than it is for me to forgive myself, which is weird, right? So that's what this card showed me, and I really feel like, especially with this message in the six of coins here, divine masculine, in nurturing yourself, this card is also reiterating that statement. Love yourself the way you know you want to be loved and the way you want to love others. Show yourself the same compassion and understanding that you would show your beloved. If you want to have someone that cherishes you, cherish yourself first. That kind of thing. Um, so that was the first message that came through, and I'm just going to put that as the heart of what the unicorns are trying to say to you right now, Divine Masculine. Next, we have two sets of messages. The first is dance, and the second is intention. Now, first, dance says, move your body to music, dance with the rhythm of life, manifest your dreams through dance. And this last line, manifest your dreams through dance, that was the first thing I thought of when I saw this card, and I'll go into depth in a second. The second part of this message is intention. Be clear and decisive. Focus on what you really want. Be bold with your requests to the universe. So, and that leads exactly right into what I was just saying about when I saw the dance card. I said the first thing I thought of was dancing with intention, using dance to manifest your intentions. And so this message here is, number one, if you feel inclined to, in what the cave was saying, and find a beneficial a way to express your emotions, if at all you are feeling inclined to do that through dance, please do so. Okay? Please do so. If you are looking for ways to creatively express or beneficially express your emotions, dance is definitely an option for you. Movement in any way. It doesn't have to be just dance. But the other message here in this card is movement in some way will help you, whether that's exercise, weightlifting, weight training, muscle building, yoga, Kundalini yoga, running, sports, anything, any sort of movement, any sort of way that your body can move. Do that. Use that as an outlet, as a channel for your emotions, as a channel as to what you wish to manifest. And what do I mean by a channel for what you wish to manifest? That was funny. Through intention. As you are doing these activities, focus on your intentions. Focus on your goals. Focus on what it is you truly wish to manifest. Use the energy of the generating energy of this movement, whether it be dance, sports, whatever, any of the things that we listed. It literally could be anything movement-wise. Anything that inspires you, that fills you with joy, that fills you with love and hope and happiness. Do those with strong intention. The stronger your intention there, the better your outcome. And that's the message there for those two cards. Now, the second message here, we have nature. Ground yourself. Find a sanctuary in nature. Find a sanctuary in nature. Connect with the elementals. That's what the nature card says. And that message is coupled with intuition. Listen to the whispers of your heart. Use divination tools to help you decide. Trust your intuition no matter what. I mean, first of all, trust your intuition no matter what is exactly the same message that the moon was saying to you. But look at the similarity in just the color scheme. Just the color scheme of the cards. So the unicorns at this moment are saying to you that your intuition is absolutely your best friend right now. And the best way to not only tap into or keep that that connection strong, but to further develop your intuition is to stay connected with nature. If at all you are inclined to move yourself in ways that would take you outside, that would be great. Sports, running. I mean, we're in winter right now in the Northeast. But, well, in the United States, really, in the Northern Hemisphere. But, I mean, I know it's more specific than that. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. There's a lot going through my head right now. But, even if it's winter sports, whatever, you don't need, just some way of connecting with nature will help you. Whatever you can do to do that right now, even if you just want to take a quick 5-minute walk outside because it's too cold, you don't want to go too far. I mean, anything is better than something. Is better than nothing. Something is better than nothing. But nature is absolutely going to help you with strengthening your bond, creating a bond, and developing your bond. or developing your intuition in general. Okay. Right, that's right. I was going to pull some cards from the Fairy Forest deck. This is going to be the last deck. This is almost an hour-long video. But I just want to ask the fairies of the forest, what are the best messages right now for the Divine Masculine moving through this new moon in Capricorn energy? Best messages for the Divine Masculine in moving through this new moon in Capricorn energy. Give it one more shuffle. Please, fairies of the forest, give us, please, the best messages for the Divine Masculine in moving through this new moon in Capricorn energy. Just some messages for the Divine Masculine. Woo! Oh, Lord. How many did we get? We got 4. Okay. No, that's doable. Thank you, fairies of the forest. Okay. What have we got here? Now, I'm definitely going to have to move. I can already tell. I'm going to have to go to the book for some of these. Well, that's beautiful so far. We've got 26, the merciful one, compassion, release, and relief. I can already tell what that one says. We've got the solitary, dedication, self-love, and focus. So already the fairies of the forest are reiterating our message of nurturing yourself, having compassion for yourself, really focus on healing, finding that sense of healing for yourself. Yes? The merciful one is asking for you to have compassion, relief, release. You're moving through a period where you're releasing a lot of stuff and things are changing for you very rapidly. And you're being asked to just be merciful. Yeah? Have mercy, have patience, have compassion for yourself. Allow yourself that alone time with the solitary. Allow yourself that sanctuary time. You deserve it. You have every right to step away for a minute. You have every right. Focus, dedication, self-love, focus. Focus on self-care is literally what I just heard. In moving through these energies right now, focus on self-care. Vulva, prophecy, guidance, direction. So right now, this is talking about your connection with your intuition. In giving yourself this time to focus on self-care and focus on, on rebuilding and understanding more, this is the best time to really tap into your intuition. Being grounded in you, and by grounding is coming up in all the brown energy, the brown colors that are in here. It's very grounded. She's rooted. She's laying on the earth. She's rooted in herself. Root in yourself, Divine Masculine. Really understand who you are as an individual. Really develop your own guidance system. Your own guidance system. Not the one that was imprinted on you by societal norms, societal figures, important figures in your life, people that you really looked up to. Learn to look up to yourself. Develop that bond with yourself so that you can confidently say, no, this is what I want to do, and I'm going to do it because it's what I want. It's what's going to fulfill me. It's what makes me happy. Now, in saying that, I already feel like don't get too selfish, too conceited, but understand that you have a right to go for what it is you want, what it is that makes your heart happy, your desires. Ground yourself in you. Use this sanctuary period to really root in yourself so that you can understand what it is your guidance system is saying to you. And finally, we have oath, promise, pledge, contract. This has been coming up for the twins lately. Contract. Obviously, this card looks like a fairy that's about to get married. So this can symbolize the divine feminine here. In moving through this new moon in Capricorn, divine masculine, you are absolutely preparing yourself for marriage. Not just for marriage, I'm sorry. Let me take a step back. For union. Just because this also doesn't necessarily have to be a marriage to me. This could also be just the commitment. It's definitely a commitment with it, speaking of a contract, but it could just be that next step in commitment towards your twin in having this relationship with her, as in the divine feminine. So this new moon in Capricorn is moving you through all of that. It's saying to you, it's moving you towards that next step in your relationship with your divine feminine, and also with yourself. Absolutely with yourself. This is like, this card is also speaking, the fairies of the forest are also talking to you about the fact that you are committing to yourself. You are coming into union with yourself. And by that I mean the union of the divine masculine and the divine feminine energy that you contain. Even though you're dominant in your masculine energy, you still contain feminine energy. And this temperance, this moment of solitary sanctuary time, this autumn equinox, this release, the new moon, all of this is facilitating the union, the balance, the temperance of the masculine and feminine energies within you, divine masculine. That is so beautiful. That is amazing. This was such a great reading. I'm so happy I could have brought it forward for you. Please let me know how this resonates with you. Even if it doesn't, let me know. I'd love to hear from you. I'm so happy to have spent this time with you. Thank you all for sharing a drink with me. Cheers. And I will speak with you soon. Much love. Bye-bye.